All right, so I'm back with one more unboxing. Actually, it's more like two unboxings. This is a dual unboxing, just like when I did Alan Wake and Split Second. This time for the PS3, and I am actually quite excited about this unboxing because um, these two games are much more recent release. It's now July 4th, and so the last when these games came out was actually the 29th of June, and so it was only like maybe 5 days ago. And I already know that there are playthroughs for this online. I know DSP is already putting up a playthrough of Singularity, and from what I can tell, it's been received pretty well. But I went and got these games actually on July 1st, and that is when the deal for them was going to expire. Because I actually went and got these at Future Shop, and how it worked was, again, I was on RFD, the Red Flag Deals website, and I found that certain games that you could trade in at Future Shop would get you Singularity. If you traded two games, you would get Singularity and another bonus. But if you traded three games, you would get Harry Potter as well, Lego Harry Potter. And so what I had two games that I was going to trade that qualified for Singularity, but I was like, okay, I needed one more game. So, in order to get Harry Potter, and Harry Potter's a new release, and I know it's gonna be at least a decent release because it's the Lego series, and Lego's been doing pretty well. They've been like, really cranking out those titles like just based off movies, but they've been doing they've been pretty successful. So I was like, okay, let's try and get this one last game. So I actually went on a game hunt all over, Vancouver, Richmond, Burnaby, just looking for, one more cheap game that I can pick up that qualifies for this trade-in. And I managed to do it like the day of, like on July 1st. I went to EB Games, picked up the one last game. I had to actually put it on hold because there was only one copy of it left. But I managed to get it. I went to Future Shop, exchanged them, and I got these two games for free. So I traded in three games, which were like maybe $20, $30, like $20 at most that I paid for them, and I got two new releases, which were like $60 games. So I'd like to say that I did pretty well there. Um, but onto the games. I've been like keeping an eye on Singularity, and I can tell that it's gonna be a great game. I don't play too many shooters, but and I haven't done. I realized that I haven't done any shooter playthroughs on my channel yet. So Singularity would be a great way to kind of spearhead that and just get into shooters, because I know shooters are good. They're really good. So with Singularity, I'll start with that first. The cover art looks pretty cool. It seems it's going to be a pretty dark game just from the cover art, but that seems to be the gadget that the main character carries. It's some sort of armlet, or like some like kind of gauntlet that has special powers. And from what I can tell, it is how the character uses all of the powers that he gets in the game. So, but here on the back, it seems like, from what I can tell, it's a statue here. I'm not sure who that is. He's probably someone important that I don't remember from history class. But it says here, fight the past to save the future, stop the singularity. So apparently, the game is about someone in the past who screwed things up and changed the future, and maybe you're supposed to go back and fix it. I don't know, but it says, yeah, learn the truth behind a massive cover-up of the catastrophic singularity, an event that fractured time and threatens the world as we know it. So it's got an element of time control in this game, and I think that would be really cool. Just the idea of the fourth dimension of time, because there's you can change like the three-dimension world is already pretty cool. In games, they've been really, using that to their fullest. But the fourth dimension of time and how things change over time, like how rocks would decay, or how, like mountains would, like glaciers would melt. Those kind of things, those really really fine details, and they've been playing around with that. I think, and I'm guessing Singularity will do something like that too. From what I can tell, you can like, revive something like a dead plant or something like that, or you can, do the opposite and turn a guy into like a pile of like decayed goop, like fast forwarding his time cycle to the point where he's like beyond death. So it's pretty crazy, but. Here's the disc. Singularity also probably doesn't have a colored manual, from what I can tell. I'm not sure. Let's take a look. So this is probably a bilingual manual. Yeah, it does. There's no English. French and English combination. Yeah. So this manual is also in black and white, and here's the French part. Yeah. So I'm guessing the controls are gonna be pretty basic. This is like basic shooter stuff for you here. But yeah, that's Singularity. I'm looking forward to playing that. And that'll probably be my first shooter playthrough on my channel. So that's Singularity. Next up is Lego Harry Potter and years 1 to 4. So this is apparently Lego's newest game. From Warner Brothers, covering the first 4 years of Harry Potter, and guessing that's the first 4 books. And I saw a review of it on Game Trailers, and apparently the game covers, a lot of the stories, like the events in the story, and kind of puts a fun Lego spin to it. So I really like how they do that. They did that for Batman and Indiana Jones and stuff, and it was really well received, especially by kids, because it's really goofy, and a lot of families enjoyed the game because it is a family game. It's like they take a lot of the dark elements too, and kind of poke fun at it. But here's a disc for Harry Potter, and again, of course, it is upside down as usual. There we go. So. But yeah, there's Harry, Ron, and Hermione on the cover there, and I just love how the Lego series is so playful, and oh look, the manual's in color. That's great. Yeah, so Lego obviously would be able to afford a full color manual, because they are appealing to kids too, and so that's probably going to be helpful that the cover is in full color. But yeah, the game. From the review at Game Trailers, they were saying that the game, even though if you're not like completely into the Harry Potter series, you would enjoy the game simply for the funny antics that the Lego series has, because like it is really playful. You get to play with Lego blocks, and I remember growing up as a kid and playing with Lego a lot, and it was a lot of fun. Even you could just create whatever you want. So I'm guessing that that's the kind of feeling that they're trying to give you in this release title as well. But of course, here's the, sort of like a pamphlet, I guess. Yeah. To advertise the Harry Potter series on Blu-ray. Mind you, I have watched most of the movies. I might have watched all of them. I'm not sure. They're decent, but from what I hear, they're not as good as the actual books. And it's always better to read the books. But I've never come around to reading it. I would just be like, let's just watch the movie. But I don't know. Look, Harry Potter. I'm like 50-50 on Harry Potter for the story, the content. But since it is Lego, I will consider playing this. I'm not 100% sure that I will do a gameplay through on this title, but if if it turns out that I have time and I feel like playing something a little bit more lighthearted, then yeah, sure, why not? This game is 2 players simultaneous, so you can play this with a friend and kind of mess around. And unfortunately, I don't know anybody who has this game that so it's gonna be hard pressed for me to find someone who would play this with me. But if you do have it, but the odd chance that you do, hit me up. I wouldn't mind giving it a shot. I mean, from what I can tell, like from what I hear, it's going to be the best Lego game to date. So, but thanks for tuning in. That was my review of both Singularity and Harry Potter for the PS3. I hope you guys are enjoying the game playthroughs that I am putting up, like for Street Fighter and other games like Transformers. There's much more to come. And yeah, later on in July, you will be seeing games like StarCraft coming out. So look forward to that. All right, you guys, take it easy.